Hello everybody, I'm Max and I'm gonna be speaking about like how you can use AI to develop new molecules that extend health and lifespan and thereby slow down aging. But maybe let's start with why do we actually want to target aging? The simple reason is that like targeting all like those individual chronic diseases like cancer or Alzheimer's disease has pretty much proven not to be successful. Like the last 50 years, we spent billions of dollars, we still don't have any cure. But at the same time, like the highest risk factors for all those chronic age-related diseases is actually aging. So the basic idea is instead of like trying to fight each of those diseases individually, we just like go like a step further and try to fight the root cause and delay or slow down aging so that those bad diseases don't even happen. And the idea behind it is like that it's much easier to actually maintain and keep homeostasis than actually trying to fix a broken system. And when we do that in innovative ways, be it through drugs or other things, we actually enter the era of like real healthcare where we try to keep people more healthy instead of what we currently practice is like this kind of sick care where we only take care of people once they become sick. We already know that there are like small molecules out there that extend actually health and lifespan, like rapamycin, spermidine, alpha ketoglutarate, or metformin. All those molecules, they have like been proven to work like in different model organisms from worms to flies to mice, and they act upon conserved pathways in the body. And the last two components are actually like currently even undergoing like clinical trials on humans. So there's like a lot of promise in there. The other question is that I'm trying to solve is like, are there actually like more molecules like that out there that can keep us young and extend health and lifespan? And in a way, for like lead generation of new molecules, there are like two different paradigms. One of them is like we just like repurpose what Mother Nature already provided us, and the other one is like we as humans start creating our new own compounds with like targeted properties that we want. And in my work, I'm focusing on like the second part and using AI to help me accomplish that. What I'm using here is like deep learning, and deep learning is like this powerful set of statistical methods, which is often also like called neural network, which is like a little bit inspired by like the brain. And what in a way does is like it's really good at identifying patterns in data. So what we use in generative deep learning is like the algorithm learns from data and is able to create like new unseen data that doesn't exist before. In our case, we do this with molecules. So what we do is like we take like one of those generative deep learning models. We show it like thousands of like what molecules look like from like different branches of the entire chemical space. In this case, actually like in strings, like in those decoded molecules where C is the carbon and the O is like oxygen. And we show this to a neural network. And after like a lot of iterations, after it has seen thousands of millions of molecules, it is actually able to generate new molecules. So we just tell the network now, generate new molecules, and it will start generating those strings that we then in turn actually can like transfer into like those 2D images of how molecules look like. So far that works. Even though like from all the molecules that generate, like 39% already exist. But out of those that don't exist, actually 17% are valid. And measuring actually like the similarity of those molecules between existing molecules in nature, and we actually find that like most of them are actually not novel. So it's a value of 0.18. And the smaller it is, the new novel all the molecules are. And also all the molecules that are generated are like very different from each other. But they all make chemically sense. So now is the question: why don't they? Why doesn't Mother Nature do this? So in the future, what I wanna aim at is actually like using like on the other hand like molecular dynamics to in a way all these molecules that I generate, I try to dock them to receptors that then or like receptors that we know that are involved in the longevity process. And further, I want to get like more control over this lead generation of molecules, so I can say I want to have like a molecule that is like very soluble in water or like has like this amount of toxicity and the like. And with that, I finish, and I thank like my supervisor Brian Kennedy and Marcus Wenk and their labs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, That looks quite a challenging process. It looks very enticing. We all hoping that you will succeed. Now, I'm not sure whether I understood the last point you made, but is it about the cell receptors? Is it the case that in generating the molecules, the new molecules, you're going to integrate into this process the shape of the receptor so that you only produce molecules that would bind to this receptor? Is it what you were saying?
That's in a way like the idea that I simulate like one of those receptors, and I like generate those molecules, right? And some of them will fit in there, and some of them won't fit in there, right? And in a way, the way you can look at it is like that's calculated over different energies, right? And when you have like a good fit, like a good energy like landscape, you can feed it back to the algorithm, and it tells, okay, that was actually like a fit, the key fit into the log, produce more of that, and look or like optimize for this direction that it actually is fitting.
And would it not be worth doing this not just for receptors that are related to aging, but so every possible receptor, so that you create a greater breadth of molecules? Or is it just that there are too many possibilities?
The thing is, the problem is more that like molecular dynamic simulations are like super expensive computational wise. Like even simulating a few milliseconds for like only like one molecule can like run weeks, right? So if you wanna, you have like to narrow it down. Ideally, in a good world where we have like all the energy coming from the sun and everybody has enough computational power to do whatever they want, that would be great. But it's like about constraints, right?
Yes, and we are constrained by age, and today we're also constrained by the end of this first session. So thank you very much, Max, for this talk, and good luck with it.